Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to another installment of Radio Free Decipher with your perky hosts.
Oh my! We're already starting that off really fun. Yeah, and I'm Kyle Hoyer. How you doing?
Good. No one would know that you're sick.
Yeah,
as a dog.
Basically, I got a phone call from somebody who listens to the show every week and said, "Man, you guys have really been depressed or something recently because RFD is sounding kind of glum." And so I was like, "All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to pick it up." And you start us off that way this week, huh?
You're the ninth caller. Yeah, anyway.
So we've got some cool stuff on the show today.
We do. There's going to be a good interview a little bit later in the broadcast with Joeri Hoste.
Joeri.
He is one of our hardworking European marketers, part of our, Decipher Far East. Well, not the Far East, but, it's east of us.
He's a Continental baby.
There you go. And he's going to be talking about events that are coming up in Europe in the next few months.
That's right.
Such as the World Cup and the European Championship.
That's right. You got any, and we've got some spoilers today. Bum, 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 bum.
All right. Hey, that was quite a sell.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
So, spoilers today from Realms of the Elf Lords.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, that's 2 episodes in a row of RFD with spoilers.
What are we going to do?
Man, we rule. Anyways. So those will be coming up in just a second. But first, I want to know, can you tell us a little bit more about Star Trek? There's still a lot of people talking,
Sure.
A lot of people hypothesizing.
Okay. Well, let's see. In case you hadn't spotted it on the website, the 4 winners of the contest, the representatives, have been chosen. There is one player, one of our existing product champions, an ambassador, one of our retailers, and a distributor. They have all been selected. And they are coming in next weekend. So we've got to be ready for them, basically. They're going to be here on Saturday the 18th, I believe it is.
That's some quick math.
Yes, thank you. And we've got about 1 week to get ready for them.
Are you going to be ready?
Yeah, we are, but it's going to be a little, scary.
Sure.
We've got a whole bunch of cards that we're shoving around, and now they need to get some playtesting time in so that we can build, good decks. We don't want... It's so early in the process, and normally, we would never dream of showing cards this early, outside the office because, they're just... If one thing doesn't work right, it can color your whole experience.
That's right.
You get a bad card that's too strong. Like for example, Realms of the Elf Lords, the big weekend playtest that was had for that, had a version of Legolas that was just...
Everybody played with that Legolas.
He was way... And you thought Greenleaf was strong. No. This guy arguably colored the entire playtest weekend.
And actually, I believe there's a story about that particular Legolas that goes up on the website today.
Oh, really?
If I'm correct.
Well, it would make for a good story.
It mentions that Legolas in the article. So.
Well, then I don't want to take too much away from the article, but
Sure.
Suffice to say, there was a lot of feedback that was basically wasted from that weekend because Legolas kind of,
And Arwen, too. I remember that version of Arwen being supremely strong.
They polluted the well, so to speak. So anyway, we want to make sure that we find those things and get them out so that the people who are coming to evaluate the game can really look at it for what it is, look at the system, and not get bogged down by a card that's too strong, a card that's too boring, those kinds of things. And then, of course, we hope that with a few comments that we may get from these reps, that those are the decks that turn around and then go up in PDF form on the website after they're here. So that is where things stand. The other popular question that keeps getting asked is when are more cards for the existing game going to come? Same answer. Apparently some people haven't seen it, so I'll say it again here. The existing game is kind of just on hold. We were in the very early stages of developing the next product to follow up the motion pictures. In fact, if you pick up a copy of, I think it's InQuest magazine,
it talks about it.
Yeah, they tell you that Honor Among Thieves is the next set, and that was the plan. It was going to be a set that featured Orion Syndicate stuff, Maquis stuff, nasty bad guys, and who knows, the next set to follow motion pictures may still be that. But that work is just kind of on hold.
I remember tossing around the original idea for that set, and it was such a great name for what we were calling it back then, the Legion of Doom.
It was the Legion of Doom set. But anyway, suffice to say that's just kind of, it's that game action has been suspended, to use a geekism.
Oh, my.
I'm sorry. I brought us down.
That's all right.
So we're going to look at the new game question, kind of yes or no, and then after that we'll get back and figure out what's the next step for the existing game. So hopefully, I mean, that's as good an answer as I have. I know no more than that.
All right.
So,
without further ado,
yes.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, very
Sorry, that
nice.
was my Zoolander.
Yeah. You must be one of the hundreds of people to see Zoolander.
Anyways, okay.
If you got that, I'm so proud of you.
2 spoilers today.
Okay. Can I do one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You can have the first one.
No, I'm going to let you do the first one.
Okay.
I want to do the Nazgul one.
All right. Well, then pass it over here. What am I reading?
Nazgul one, but my Nazgul one's a common. Yours is a rare.
Ooh, I get the rare.
So I've got this big thing. Can you hear it? Those are all the sheets. I've got sheets right now with nothing but every single.
By sheets, you mean
printouts. They're not uncut sheets right now, but it's every single Realms of the Elf Lords card right here with the pictures and game text.
I'm not going to spoil Book of Marzible, am I? That would be kind of.
Yeah, that's actually no. Everybody
I think
knows
they know
one.
that one.
This is yours right here.
Okay, here we go. I have
my place right there.
I have Minds of Khazad-dûm.
Ooh, Khazad-dûm.
Yes, this is a Dwarven culture card. It has a 1 Twilight Pool cost. It's a condition. It says, place to your support area. Each time you play a Dwarven tale, you may heal a Dwarf companion. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's and it's a rare, as we said.
It is a rare. Its card number is 3R3, meaning, of course, it is from the 3rd set, and it is the 3rd card alphabetically.
Absolutely.
Starting with the Dwarven culture.
And, boy, that sounds really good with glowing. Because he's the guy that gets, I believe he's the guy that gets the power +1 for each dwarf tail in play. So
I am also skimming the sheet here, and there's a few more tails here in Realms of the Elf Lords. So there's some convolutious possibilities there.
All right.
And I know that dwarf decks took off a little bit with Minds of Moria. There was some good stuff there.
They got hindered a little bit though with the rule of 4.
They did.
But there's
more
really
coming
strong.
though.
With when the book comes out, that's going to be really good as well. Let me reread the book again.
Yeah, that was one of the league.
It's at the start of each fellowship phase, not at the start of turn, so that would still
fall under the rule of 4.
Fall under the rule of 4. So, all right, on to my Nazgul spoiler.
Okay.
It is a Nazgul card. It's got a 2 Twilight cost. It's an event called "They Will Never Stop Hunting You." And the picture is basically it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the riders on their horses riding across the river right there at Rivendell, and before they got the bath. So it's an event. It's maneuver action. Spot a Nazgul to reveal a card at random from the Free People's player's hand. Okay. Exert a companion bearing a ranged weapon X times, where X equals the Twilight cost of the card revealed.
Whoa.
So it's
so that's for Aragorn's bow.
Yeah, basically this is an Aragorn killer because, everybody likes to play the bow on Aragorn, and so you exert him down a bunch of times, then you play Relentless Charge, and it pops him.
Although it is worth noting that there is a card or two in Realms of the Elf Lords that are really, I think, seriously going to make people start considering the Bow of Galadrim for Legolas more seriously than they do now.
Yeah,
so that card will ultimately end up being a Legolas killer as well.
Excellent. For those of you keeping track, it is card 3C. It's really small print. 84.
84.
So it is the 84th card in the set.
I like that card.
It is good. It's from what I understand, originally it just said Archer Companion, not Companion bearing a ranged weapon.
Well,
so originally it was a little bit stronger and probably a little bit too strong, since so many people rely on archery and stuff.
Well, I'm serious. You're going to be seeing the Bow of Galadrims come out. So at that point, you have another viable option.
Well, you would have really seen the Bow of Galadrim come out in every deck with the original Legolas who got printed.
Yeah, so. he was not zesty, or too zesty. I don't know.
Too zesty, maybe. So.
All right.
Sounds good. There's some spoilers for everyone out there. I'm sure we'll see this all on every message board within the next few minutes.
Hey, why not?
While you guys are desperately typing that in and replaying that as many times as you can to get the correct game text.
Indeed. I will be turning the and reviewing duties over to you, Con.
All right. Mr. Joeri Hoste, we've got you on the phone all the way from the UK. How are you doing today? I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. You know,
Good.
I don't think a lot of people out there really know that we have a European marketing team. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Marcus and what you guys do out there?
Well, we basically represent Decipher for the entirety of Europe, and we do a little bit of everything. Just take a bit of the different jobs that you guys do over there, what Kevin does for his volunteers, what Tracy does now with media, what other people do with distributors, and our job is basically
do a little of all that.
Yeah. So we basically do 10 times the work that you guys do. No, just kidding.
I believe it. You guys do a lot out there, so it's really good stuff. So, Marcus, your cohort in crime out there, you guys have kind of split Europe into two. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. We each have our territories or our markets. Marcus does Great Britain, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Spain, Portugal, and Russia as well, and Iceland, I believe. Yeah, and Ireland. And I basically do the rest. So we each have our work cut out for us.
That's great.
But it's a lot of fun working with, different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds.
How many languages does Marcus speak?
He speaks English and German, I believe.
He does too now.
Yeah, I think
he's getting close.
He's always known German. I don't know how good it is, but I remember we were on a demo tour in Germany, and he gets by. He definitely gets by.
And how many languages do you speak, Joeri?
5.
I was just giving Marcus a little bit of a hard time there with that because I knew the answer.
Oh.
So Marcus will hear that from Spain, and he's in Spain right now, so.
Yeah, he's probably catching up in the Spanish.
Oh, those guys, those wacky Decipher guys. Anyways, so we got you on the show today to talk to us a little bit about the World Cup and the European Championships. So what information do you have for us?
Well, we've confirmed more information about both of those events. Now we have the venue sorted out for the first day of the World Cup, and that's going to be in Zuid-Westfalen, which is part of the Messen Fairgrounds, so it'll be very easy.
Right, it's actually where the convention is the following day.
Yes, and where the rest of the World Cup will also be held.
So it's going to be all in the same place. It's just that one of the days will be when all the exhibitors are setting up their booths. Definitely.
People or players will be able to see how Essen is set up from the ground up, and at the same time get all of the tournament action in that they want, because it's going to be a pretty much a long day, as we have the initial rounds for the World Cup.
That's right.
It's very well possible that we get a 9-hour day then, because of course that's the day with most of the teams before some get eliminated.
Well, we'll definitely have a 9-hour day. Some of the teams, depending on what buys happen and all that kind of stuff, some of the teams will probably, could play as little as one game, one match that day, and some teams could play as many as 3. So it'll be interesting.
That's right. I've seen people get very excited about it. They, of course, with the territorials in full swing as well. People are tuning their decks and getting ready and really trying to get up in that top 3 of their lifetime ranking. It should be good, especially the countries that have a platinum sponsorship. Those people are really geared up for...
I bet, because they're going to get a free ride.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. I know that this weekend is the first weekend that the territorials take place this year. I know that the Virginia one, where Decipher is headquartered, happens this weekend. So there are some guys from the office going out there. Of course, they can't play in it, but they're going to go out there and cheer everyone on and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be good. That'll be good. So great news about the World Cup. All of the days of the tournament will be held in the same building, so that's going to be really cool. And people won't have to travel very far. They can make one arrangement and go to all the days of the event. So that's going to be really good. And the European Championships. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, it's confirmed that it'll be held in Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Great.
So it'll be great as well for people who want to come over for, say, a week's holiday. It'll be held in the RAI Conference Center. We'll put an article up on Decipher.com pretty soon, but I want to let people know that if they want to check out the location, they can go to www.rai, that's RAI.nl, for preliminary location info. If you want to arrange your travels, that will be in the weekend of the 3rd and the 4th of August, so the week before the American Continental. And we'll also be doing some lead-up events on the 1st and the 2nd of August in cooperation with local retailers and some other venues in Amsterdam to just generate some more excitement and give people more of a reason to come.
Wow, that's going to be a really big weekend all over the place because
it's
the European Continentals will happen that weekend, and so will the second of the DGMA Premier Series tournaments, the Big Money Tournament, happens that weekend in San Diego. So, big tournament on the continent, big tournament in North America, so that'll be really cool.
And of course, the European Continental is also a level 3 event, so people will be able to qualify for Premier Series events later on.
That's right. That's right. And earn those Premier points.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Cool. Good stuff. Well, it's late there, right? It's dinner time for you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's 7:30 almost.
All right. Well, we'll let you get going, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thanks for having
me.
Okay.
And that's going to do it for us today on Radio Free Decipher.
Because I have cards to go right, and you have a meeting to get to, and
something like that.
You know, I'm excited for next weekend.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this weekend because I'm going to California.
Oh, not that again.
That's right. Hey, I got Lakers playoff tickets, Game 5,
Nice.
Lakers Spurs.
Is there going to be a Game 5?
There is.
All right.
Lakers unfortunately lost one.
This goes to tell you how closely I follow basketball.
So, see, what's going to happen is the Lakers are going to win the next 2 in San Antonio, and then I get to see the clinch game, so it's awesome.
Well, I hope so, man.
We'll see.
I know it'll make you happy. So, there you go. Enjoy your spoilers. Enjoy the further info, and watch for upcoming stuff from Joeri and Marcus about the championship and the World Cup. And we'll see you next week.
Have a great weekend.